Let's shift focus to the war in Ukraine now, where just a day after pulling its troops out of Snake Island in the Black Sea, Russia has attacked
The rising cost of living is affecting all of us, but shoppers.
So how is it going on, guys? You're able to connect with your mentors, and I think today is supposed to be the last day for your phase 1 submission, right? So anything you want us to explain for the phase 2 right now, or you want to start with phase 1 if you have any questions? Looks like no one has got questions so far.
Coming in the chat.
Okay, some Shweta Singh is asking.
How do we choose our solution from other solutions? Okay, you mean in the... Got it.
Oh, I didn't get it.
So I think we suggested the teams to list down other solutions or other ideas that they have before they finalize one. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So that's actually a very important exercise when you are exploring different ideas. So each team member comes up with an idea, or maybe as a team you develop multiple different ideas. So you always have to go back and check the criteria, right? We have a criteria defined. So solution should be unique and user experience should be applied, business viability. Remember those? I think we have 6 to 7 criteria questions like sustainability and all. So keeping those in mind, you can actually see which of your solution is actually qualifying to those criteria, so that you can choose that solution and then maybe idea and take it forward. Shweta, is it clear?
Okay, great. We have one more question from Abhishek. What will be the last solution? Only be digital solution like applications or web-based, or can it be representation of solution system level like showing Giga map or poster?
Yeah, you can do that. So for example, presentation, you're talking about presentation, right? And what if your solution demands to develop a physical product, definitely you can do it. But presentation, when it comes to presentation, you see that we have some consistency, some patterns going on, right? We have Google slide presentation and also 3 minutes of video. Okay, so if your solution is being shortlisted, or it actually been to the second level, wherein you actually have to pitch to the panel of jury, there you have a bit of freedom because you have 7 minutes. And how do you convey your story, within 7 minutes? So that time, you're right. You actually can use any of your methods to, explain to the jury panel. But the phase 2, like when you submit it, that the first round of jury is going to be offline jury. So what we're going to do is each of your presentation deck and video submission first of all, we're going to upload to the UMO website. I think you know that UMO.Design website, we will be uploading it. And we will be sending those project links to the panel of jury. Minimum 5 panel jury members actually go through your solution, and they go through your presentation, go through your video, and then they actually rate. So that means it's not one person, like a minimum 5 jury members go through it. So we take an average of all their ratings. So that we take the top 10. Those top 10 presentations or projects actually will go to the next level, wherein you will be doing a kind of pitching. It's like 7 minutes of your project pitch you will be doing in live. So another set of jury members will be asking questions and for 3 minutes. So to your question, yes, I think I would ask you to limit for a presentation and a video, and then you will have a week's time. If your project is being qualified to the next level, there you can implement whatever methods you want to do to tell the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we have quite a few questions coming in now.
Yeah, sure, let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From Ananya, does your solution need to be immediately viable, or can it have buffer time to allow the situation to stabilize further?
Yeah, I think some actually, you're right, Ananya, sometimes actually, the futuristic, and then it would work. It doesn't have to be immediately viable. It might take time, but it's fine, as long as people understand, jury and other team members and everyone understands that it's fine. You can go with that.
Yeah, we're also talking about like solving an urgent problem. So I think it's also important to talk about how this could get executed in the future. I think there should be some roadmap leading to the solution. Instead of just saying at some point this might get executed.
Yeah. So to the point, just want to add to Rohan that it should not be like it's going to work in the next century. Not like that. It should be because we are talking about disasters and it's keep happening, right? It's not just only today. Today we are talking about Bangladesh is also getting into that level. So maybe another countries. So the solution, actually, we are trying to make these communities, countries, or the people to be resilient and bounce back. So yeah, maybe a couple of years, I can say.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. The next question comes from Daria. After UMO.Design team replied that they couldn't locate our deck, we shared it and now they can see it. So does it mean that we completed the first stage and we can continue working on our solution?
Yes, Daria. Yeah. Go ahead, Rohan.
Yeah, Daria, I think there's no need to stop for UMO team to respond back to you. Like we said, we are receiving all the submissions for stage 1 on a rolling basis. So we will keep responding as we receive, but you do not have to wait. You can just continue on to the next step.
Yeah,
but if there is something wrong, we will get back.
Yes. In case if it is not in line with what we have been thinking and the theme, then definitely we would. But make an assumption that you're doing great. So please go ahead. And guys, remember, like we have only 1 week left for the solution, right? Deadlines won't change because we already have informed jury and everyone will be blocking their dates, times, and so please make sure that you are submitting your decks by end of the week, right? Next week.
Yeah. Next question is from Anoop. Can we modify the problem slides that we have submitted in the next round? solution submitting round if we find new insights or facts regarding the problem that we want to add to the slide?
This is a great question, Anup. So, as I always tell, that design is an iterative process, and when we keep discovering and then doing primary and secondary research, we start with a hypothesis and then we keep refining our problem statement. So make sure that it's completely not different, but you can always refine it, make it better, or you see that something is, you discovered better problem than what you had mentioned, you're free to do that. Yep, Anup, is it fine?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't hear you. I think that's what we try to reduce. Even we're not coming on video because to save the bandwidth. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next question from Srinidhi. Can we design a service module instead of a mobile web-based solution? We have registered after 16 July. When is our final submission due by?
Yes, the two questions, Srinidhi here. Yes, the first question, you can do it. You can actually do a service module or a policy or a physical product. It doesn't have to be digital all the time, okay? You can do it. The second question, so we've been mentioning that even if you register it the last day or the first day, submission deadline won't change. So you have a 1 week time to submit. So it won't change. That is the same for everyone. Okay, Srinidhi, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Next question from Shrutika. Can you guide on what all headers to be covered in the 3-minute video? Like how much % of the video should cover the problem part and how much should cover the solution part and any other parts?
Okay. So, Shrutika, actually this allows me to talk a little more about the video. So you think like a filmmaker, first of all, like you are a storyteller and a filmmaker, right? How do you tell a story in 3 minutes? We don't see that, okay, she has covered 73% this, 22%. No, we don't see that. Only thing is, how do you tell effectively, the story in 3 minutes? What you thought was the major urgent problem, and how do you think we can solve it? And you can always, show processes and all, but some people actually, I would actually ask you to look at last year videos. Actually, I am going to share the link. You all can actually see. Some of them are done. I'm not saying that everyone has done a great job, but some of them actually adopted different methodologies to talk about their, tell the story. And most importantly, these videos are, actually really helpful for you to win most popular award.
Yeah.
So what does it mean is, as we discussed, this contest is at 365 degrees as an innovator, as a creator, as a designer. It's not just only designing some beautiful stuff. It is also how do you co-create and how do you understand from the mentors and how do you also market your idea and how do you pitch your idea. So there are so many elements engaged into this contest. So one of that is marketing, right? As a creator, we are very poor in marketing our ideas. We have a bright idea, but we don't know how to tell or how to market our idea. So that's one of the reasons we said that you will be promoting once we upload the video to UMO.Design channel. I think in case if you are not sure about it, I'll also share that channel name, youtube.com/UMODesign. You can actually see multiples of those, videos. And so you will be taking that video and then promoting it in your social channels, friends, family, friends, however you want. And then we see that who has actually done, who has whose video has got most viewed time, not just only the number of viewers, time viewed, that actually we calculate and provide that, declare that most popular award. So to your question back, so it's your creative way of telling a story. There's no measure there. You can actually tell, just like talk about it, or some of them use different video cuts, some of them are used animations. It's all your ability to tell a story.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to kind of talk a little bit more about that, I think we've been closely watching a lot of juries for DesignXSocial over the past few years, and we really found these videos to be a great, a very effective way to actually convey your idea or convey your process or the impact or whatever that is you want to convey. However well your presentation has gone or your prototype is, I think the video has a great opportunity to tip the scales in your favor. But however, the way of how you will be judged through your work is obviously based on the factors, and video is a part of them. But I think the delivery of your work through a video is very impactful. So I think enough focus and time should be spent on doing your video, and it's only 3 minutes, so it's super important to do multiple iterations and make sure you have something that is really perfect. And Bapu, I think we have more than 1 million views last time for DesignXSocial. Yeah, so
yeah, the best part is entire design community looks into that. So because you will be posting it in different channels in different groups, as well as our own group, and also with our database for the last 20 years. Actually, we send all your solutions to the database to view them. Apart from you actually promoting your video, so in fact, actually, it's more than 1 million views. Actually, you get.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
Next question from Priyanka. How exactly do we demo the UX of our solutions, considering that it might be a hypothetical solution and we might not be able to have a user actually interact with it?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So, since we are talking about urgent problem, that means it is right now there, right? It is there in the world, right? So it need not be always a situation at Sri Lanka or Ukraine or those examples we've given. I'm even talking about communities. If you are from your India or any other country, where in your country itself, you can actually look at what kind of problem areas and how actually people are suffering and how the economy is going in that state or in that place. You can look into that. So then what is actually your solution? How is it going to help them? So I understand that if you are thinking about a solution, which is not digital, if it is digital, you can always test, right? You can always identify a focus group and you can test your solution. If you are creating a product and you don't have a prototype, definitely it's not easy to test it, right? So, but you can always actually, have your mentor. I'm hoping that mentors would actually give you an insightful review on the product or you design. And that actually is the same way the jury also, most of the jury members are like VP and above level. So they're going to ask you questions. So you should be able to answer, making sure that, why that is, intuitive or user-friendly. Okay, some of them, previous contests, they actually created prototypes, not the complete working model, but some prototype, physical products I'm talking about. Digital, it is easy and you can test it. So some of them are policies, right? So you make an assumption that this might work, right? So you should have a complete explanation that why it's going to work. So for example, a secondary research would actually help you to defend your solution. So and when jury is asking questions and if we are not able to answer it properly, that means we haven't thought through it completely, right? So, and you can also check with your people, because this is very much about a social problem, right? So you can also check with your parents or people who are knowledgeable and see that what their viewpoint of your solution. We can always collect some feedback from them. Does it make sense, Priyanka? Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. So I think we kind of reviewed quite a few submissions so far, and I think we've already have some really cool ideas and some really critical problems that have been identified. Just to kind of talk a little bit about some very high level observations. I think the first thing that we've found in a lot of the submissions so far has been the problem statement was too vague, or it was not maybe written in a very crisp manner. So if your problem statement is too vague, covering too many things, too many user groups, too many personas, etc., I think it is important to phrase them properly and important to make sure you've identified your user groups and so on. And another observation that we had from some of the submissions that we got are why you have chosen that particular problem. Is there any data behind it? Why that particular user group? Why you only catering to so and so persona? I think it's important to highlight all of that. Just sharing some observations, but I think we have some more questions coming in.
Yeah.
From Nidhi, when pitching after we clear the last round, is a team member has to present or just one of them can present it?
Yeah. So we actually invite all of you to be part of the presentation. So it will always be nice if you have, kind of combination of one or two people talking, because it'll be boring. 7 minutes, one person is keep talking. So it all depends on you, but it'll be always good to have the rest of the team is also contributing to that.
A lot of teams did it that way, and the only issue with that is make sure all your connections are good, and your video quality and your audio quality is good.
Correct.
And rehearse it multiple times, because the clock will continue to tick and it will not stop, because the jury will only have blocked their calendar for 1 hour or whatever. So it's important to be really on time, and if you have lost your time because of your internet connection or something else, it would be on you. So please be very mindful of that fact.
Yeah. Each team gets 10 minutes. Out of 10 minutes, 7 minutes you are presenting and 3 minutes are Q&A. So last year or before last year, I think we have seen some teams struggle to get into the Zoom call because of bad internet connections. And some of them actually, one guy was presenting and another guy was running the slide deck. So there was no coordination between them. So these are very, we can't help, those, you do a lot of good work, and then at the final presentation time, because lack of, preparation time, things go wrong. So this is, again, also you learn project management. And as I said, co-creation. So you also have to make sure that each team member is actually taking up some of the acts, like maybe one person will be focusing on video, another person will be focusing on presentation, another person will be working on, gathering the information, assign the work properly within the team, so that, you'll have ample time. Everybody gets the same advantage. a disadvantage, right? Because time is same for everyone. Okay, so yeah, so make sure that you do a lot of dry runs and then before coming to the presentation, if possible. In fact, now it is okay. Last 2 years, people were actually very remote. So because of pandemic, so a lot of internet problems. I think now it's fine, but still we have some teams working at different continents. So yes, we have to make sure that, and also make sure that you are at the right time, because the time zones, conversion of time zone and timing is a bit hard. Make sure that all of you are attending at the same time for the presentations. Yeah,
absolutely. One more question from Abhishek. Is there any team member from Sri Lanka here? We need to funnel down our problem statement. Okay, so what would be a good way to check that, Bapu?
Yeah. Actually, we have a team, but I'm not sure that somebody from Sri Lanka joining right now, because this session is only for Q&A, so they might be working on their project. But yes, we had a couple of team members coming from attending from Sri Lanka. But I've seen some of you are actually using LinkedIn as a way to send surveys and take feedback kind of thing. That's an interesting way. So you can always find people on internet or LinkedIn, and you can do that.
Yeah. Next question from Biman. How can we check problem statement of teams? If you're talking about other teams, then you definitely can't check it as of now.
So Biman, are you talking about other teams or your team? Biman, maybe you can talk in case if you can.
Others, yeah.
No. So we this is actually, since it is a contest, we will not be exposing what other teams are doing. But once it is done, once submission is done, we will be uploading everyone's presentation. I think as you see that I shared a link like last year's, everyone's presentation and video, and then your pictures, mentor, and description, everything will be presented. So yeah, that is the only time you will know that what have they done, and you will not be able to correct it, because we'll take the presentations deck and then convert into PDF and then upload. We will not be uploading the Google deck. So I think it's fair and right. So we should not show other ideas before the contest is closed, right? What do you think, Bibi?
Yeah, on that note, actually, there is a possibility that if you're looking at a problem that is very common, then a lot of the teams might have chosen the same problem and they might be pursuing solutions in the same direction. So we will be considering them. So it'll just be about how unique or creative your idea is and how well you thought about it and executed. So your problem could be shared by other teams. So it's all about the work you do and how you present it.
Yeah.
Yeah. From Sumit, will the winner still hold the right over their idea after the challenge is over? It's talking about a legal right.
Yeah. Sumit, this is a great question, and you always own your idea. We don't steal, but since we are actually on the public domain, we are publishing it. Anybody else, without ethically want to copy it, we will not be able to control, right? Because we are publishing it to the public. It happens to anybody's idea, right? If you see someone is sharing an idea, and so we had actually gone through such problem. Not, I'm just talking about our conference. We do UX India is one of the biggest conferences in the world, and of course in the top conference in India. We organize it. So somebody created this as a company name, UX India. so these things would happen. So, but to your question, ethically, we should not copy somebody's idea, but we can help you with, if you are willing to take your idea forward, we can help you with identifying investors. And also, as we discussed last time, we started UMO.Design labs, wherein we actually can help you take to the next level, right? So that means we'll make sure that the core team gets involved and help you to make your idea more robust, and help you to pitch to the investors. And if possible, we can make that as a startup. That's what the idea is. So, but you will be the owner. You will be driving the whole thing. And some cases, we had this question came in last couple of years that some investors asked if they are willing to sell their idea, and then because some of them are students, like second year, third year students, and they will not be able to work full time until they finish their course. So they could not answer it properly, because some investors said, yes, I like your idea, and you sell it to us, and we wanted to be a kind of a neutral body here as a UMO.Design Foundation. So you connect with the investor, and then you both will be taking it forward. But this year, we wanted to help you in a little more than what we've been doing. Take these ideas to the next level and incubate that idea, and then also connect with the venture capitalists, and make sure that you are the person driving the whole thing. Yeah, Sumit, does it make it clear?
Yeah. I think that's all the questions we have so far. Bapu, do you want to close, or do you want to add any final thoughts?
Yes, I think, please feel free to ask questions, and the email ID, team@UMO.Design. And also, I hope your mentors are responding well and working with you good. So we will be asking you, once you finished your submission, second level submission, we'll ask you to do a review, kind of feedback on your mentors too. So we wanted to select the best mentor, so in the contest. Okay, and we are also actually lining up some speakers, and I would like to see, I think some of your team leaders are here. I would like to see your teams also be attending next sessions, wherein we would like to invite some speakers. So we'll keep some 1 or 2 sessions in a Q&A session, so that we actually get to see what the experts are talking about, and it actually helps you to understand some of the new trends or processes and all. And in case if you have any questions, we can actually continue to keep the question answer session also. Okay, so I wish you all the best for the next phase. I would like to see that, I know that some people are under a lot of pressure. Some people actually, it happens, I think you must have gone through in your life already some of the competitive exams, right? So this is like this always. So in the future, in case if you are working for any service companies, so clients actually, sometimes they give a contest. Okay, give us the solution, and they give us like a hackathon kind of thing, right? So I'm talking about a professional level. So 3-4 companies, they shortlist and say, whoever comes up with a better idea, then we'll give that $2 million project. Such things will also happen. So this is absolutely fine, and everybody has got the same amount of time. So we have 1 week now from now on, to complete your project, right? So keep yourself motivated, and as if you are a team leader, it's also your responsibility to keep your team engaged and also motivated enough, right? So that by the end of the contest, you see that, in fact, actually, contest or competitions or any of these kind of contests, competitive exams are, I always see that it's very easy because a lot of people go under stress. So people who can keep calm and people who think that okay, I'm going to win it, that kind of attitude, they're going to make it. So the competition is very less in case of course there are 360 teams plus, but it's okay. Everybody thinks like us, but if you keep it calm and then say okay, let me handle it with a calm demeanor, so it's easy to win it. Okay, so let's make sure that we are all going to meet again, and we're going to submit those phase 2. Okay, any questions? Rohan, you want to have anything else?
Yeah, I think a lot of questions have been coming in, good questions. I think we have some very exciting ideas as well. So just keep it going and keep at it, and just take as much help as you can get from your mentors. And I'm sure we'll have some great jury sessions as we go.
Yeah. So as I said, don't work for winning. So it's a journey. So you participate, you do your best, and there's so many opportunities. Even if you don't win this, if you find your solution is good, your thinking line is nice, and your team is very hardworking, you might even be getting an opportunity to do internship or a job opportunity in case if you are in that category. And of course, if you are a professional, I don't have to talk about, because you always do good. Okay, so thanks a lot, guys, and have a good night, and for me it's good afternoon and good evening. Thank you. I'll see you the next
Thank you,
week.
everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.